All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Rise Zion. I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday, a wonderful Wednesday evening, we should say, right? We have to keep our alliterations. Hope everyone's having a great evening. I'll wait for people to start joining us in the live chat tonight. I'm excited to see what we have to talk about today, you guys, in the chat. As per usual, you can ask me anything that you'd like to. Ask me anything in the chat, and we will try to talk about it as I'm painting live. So that's kind of exciting. We always have some really fascinating conversations. I've decided that based on where the conversation goes in the chat, I'm going to be changing the titles of the live stream after they're done. So as you see it right now, as you clicked on it right now, the title of this live stream should be Live Painting Captain Moroni with July 23rd, 2025 somewhere in it. I'm going to be changing the way we do it. After the live stream is over, I'm going to be titling it and giving it a name based on what was talked about in the chat. And hopefully that gets more people interested in the live streams so that they can click on a title that looks more interesting and they join us in the live chats and they're able to join with us here as a wonderful community. All right, LDS Musician has joined us. Hi, I got your email, Kirsten, and we are going to start playing your music. So Kirsten, along with Dustwave, has been working on music for us in the live streams. It's also in an effort to get people more interested in the live streams. All of the music is actually available for sale on our website. So we are going to be uploading Kirsten's music as well, LDS Musician. All the rights are reserved for her. They remain with her, but we'll just be selling it on the website and splitting, how do you say, like the commission, I guess. So 50-50. We're selling it for $2. And also, please keep in mind that on the website, you can also buy prints of the artwork that we're creating here. Our last painting that we did is available at the moment. We have a print, and you're able to buy the original as well. So, of course, the original is much more expensive, but the prints are much less expensive, even though they're printed on high quality paper, and they are poster size prints. So you can put them in a nice frame, and you can hang them as if they were a wonderful piece of artwork, because they are. They're just prints. So make sure to check that out at risezion.org. If you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to consider becoming a member if you haven't already. Membership is just another fun way that you can help support our channel. And it's really the whole reason why we're doing these live streams in the evening. It's because we want some way to be able to monetize our content, but we don't want to monetize, we don't want to lock behind, better said, a paywall, spiritually significant things. So these are just more lighthearted conversations that we're going to be having here. I don't have access to my research, that I do every day for the wonderful episodes that I do. Well, the wonderful episodes that I do during the day. In the evening, we're just here to create some fun content and to enjoy each other's company as a community. And we hope everybody joins us. And right now we have 11 concurrent viewers. If you'd like, please pop in the chat and just say hi, and I'll wave at you. But yeah, another thing. We have t-shirts now. T-shirts are available for pre-order in navy blue, violet, and black with just our beautiful white logo on the front. It's a beautiful logo. You can choose your size. They're unisex shirts, but they're going to be very comfortable. We need 30 pre-orders, you guys, so make sure to check that out. We need to reach our goals for that. And any case found on risezion.org. Again, make sure to check that out. Okay, so we are going to get painting now, you guys, and I'm going to turn on Kirsten's music. She has prepared for us a very large track, and in fact, it was so large that she split it up into 7 different parts or movements. And the first one of which is called Memory. So we'll be playing them in order. And if we get through them all, then we'll just continue with Dustwave's repeating music. And we'll just start with the first one, which is called Into the Wilderness. And it should be playing in just a moment now. Again, this is called Into the Wilderness. Very quiet. I can call them wonderful, LDS musicians or musician says. All right, so it's starting to play. Let's get painting as we're working on this and listening to this. Sounds pretty intense. All right, so let me pull up my paintbrush. We're gonna start painting here. Oh, I need to get some more paint thinner. Get some paint thinner here. Coastal Gardening has joined us. Hi, Matt. How are you? Coastal Gardening is number 3 in the chat so far. Here, and all is well in this theme, this motif of all is well in the background. Good. All right, let's get started painting, you guys. Let's start this. Let's see. It looks like Haystack has joined us. We haven't seen Haystack in a while. How are you? That's great. Stranger Things, huh? Like from the 80s? Like... I'm going to be working on this cape again, just making it darker here in the portions that are supposed to be darker. Oh, it looks like I need to start another track already. Oops. Well, let's just paint for a little bit, and then I'll sit down and I'll play the second track for us, okay? But yeah, okay, so I have some stories also to tell you guys of my life, of things that are happening. So today, I have a little rumor to tell you guys. Juicy little rumor. It's not very significant, but it's a rumor. And we love rumors because we're Mormons. But but yeah, okay, so here's the rumor. Okay, so and it comes from good authority as well. So I after I posted the video today, I had to go, I needed to go to, I didn't need to, I just chose to go. I wanted to go to Pioneer Book because I was going to see if they had an entire set of the Journal of Discourses. Remember when I said that? I've been interested in getting an entire set just so that I have it on hand and I can use it as sort of a reference material and generate ideas for videos using that. You know, we don't necessarily agree with everything that's in those books, but it's still it's still an interesting resource because it comes from the prophets, right? Nevertheless, in any case, so I went to Pioneer Book, which is on Center Street in Provo, and you should visit there, of course, if you haven't. And I was looking for the Journal of Discourses, and I asked the guy because I couldn't see any copies there. I asked him, "Do you have any copy, or do you have any full sets of the Journal of Discourses?" And he told me, "No, we don't, because apparently the reason why is because the FLDS come down from their communities to the bookstore, to that bookstore specifically, and they buy up every copy that they have of the Journal of Discourses. And they use it as a type of currency in their community. No, just kidding. Just kidding. They don't do that. but but I just was like, really? They do that? And yeah, he says that they sell it, they resell it in their community. So they have like some buyer that comes for the people for their community, and they buy up all of the copies that they have, and then they sell them or resell them at a higher price in their community. And I was like, oh, wow, that's like some dedication to the that there's a market for the Journal of Discourses is quite remarkable. And yeah, he said, yeah, and he's gonna let me know as soon as they get another copy. He's gonna text me, and then I have to run there as fast as I can before the fundamentalists come and buy up all the copies. So I just thought that was kind of humorous, and I just the way that he described the story got me thinking about them using the Journal of Discourses as some kind of strange currency in their community. But in any case, instead of Journal of Discourses, because I had to buy something because I used their restroom. No, just kidding. I wanted to buy something because it was my birthday and I had the birthday discount. Um, so I decided to buy all of Bruce R. McConkie's Messiah series, which includes the Millennial Messiah, which includes the the Mortal Messiah, and what else does it have in it? It has the it's a series of like 7 books. Anyway, I bought all of them. So now I have them, and we've used them on the episodes as a resource before, and it's quite useful as just a reference material as well. Again, it's not considered doctrine or anything like that, but it is from the prophet still, so it does carry some authoritative weight to it. And so yeah, now I have that, and so I'll be looking through that for some inspiration every once in a while on episodes that we're going to be doing. And I found it quite useful, especially when we were talking about Adam-on-Diamond. We were able to confirm that indeed there will be multiple meetings of Adam-on-Diamond. So it has already proven its worth, and we will continue to use it as a resource, as these old books can be quite useful. So yeah, that's my little rumor for today. I got it on good authority from the bookstore clerk. I don't know if he's the owner. The guy who helped me was very nice. He made sure that I got all of the books in the series because I was not aware that there were 7 different books. I only thought that there was 4. There's like 7. So of the Millennial Messiah and all the accompanying set. I'm not a fan of the book cover though. It's like one of them is like this ugly brown, very typical of the 70s and 80s, I suppose. It was very putrid brown. I do not like it. Aesthetics do change over time, but I don't know why they had a propensity for brown and those kind of colors. I would think that for the Millennial Messiah, red would be a much better choice. Well, I guess that one of them is sort of like a salmon color, so there's that. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. You guys in the chat. So we have Haystack who has joined us wishing me happy birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's zoom up here just a little bit to see what we've missed. In memory is supposed to be the first, but that's okay. I think I started some tracks quietly, so it faded in and out between tracks. Okay. All right, so we're gonna play the next track here soon, you guys. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, LDS musician has created some additional music for us to sample here. We're going to be playing the different tracks. There's 7 different parts. So in any case, we're going to put that on as a sort of ambiance. Cool. So Haystack is making music as well. That sounds cool. Dustwave has joined us. Hi, Dustwave. How are you? Hope everyone's doing well. Matt is still feeling sore. That's not good. I hope that you get feeling better, but the incision is healing, I'm told, 3 weeks, and the inflammation should be noticeably reduced. That's good news. Glad to hear that. Late happy birthday. Thank you. Captain Scotty says, hope you had a great birthday. Yes, we did have a great birthday. All right, yeah. Oh, this musician says, I only have a copy of The Mortal Messiah, but I do have a volume of selected discourses of Brigham Young. Yes, that would have been very scary, Matt. David Nelson says, hello. Doing great tonight. Dustwave says, tired but doing good. All right, and that's the end of our chats. All right, if anybody has any topics they'd like to discuss, please make sure to send them to me in your chat. The next track that we're going to be listening to by LDS musician is The Whole Armor of God. All right, let's continue painting here too. Okay. All right. I'm going to outline this arm a little bit. All right, it sounds like that one has... Oh, that one's almost done, I thought. Reminds me of Christmas. I don't know why. Sounds a little Christmassy. I do like it. It reminds me of like a narrative, and I definitely like that aspect about it. Oh, looks like coastal gardening has got to get good rest. Absolutely understandable. We'll talk to you later, Matt. I hope you get feeling better soon. Lindsay has joined us. Hi, Lindsay. How are you? Ava has joined us. Eva Nielsen. Nielsen. People get upset with me for not pronunciating Nelson. Apparently, I say it like Nielsen, but I don't think so because the captions are understanding what I'm saying perfectly fine as well. Angela has joined us. Hi, Angela. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Can Blast. Can Blast has joined us, and Scotty has joined us. I don't think I've announced Can or Scotty yet. Thank you for wishing me a great birthday. We have 16 concurrent viewers and 76 views so far, so that's great. All right, let's continue our painting here. I'm going to add some additional decorations. I'm going to try to do that. That it will be an attempt for sure. But let me see. I need some paper towels here, and I don't know where my paper's. Oh, here's the paper towel. So yes, I'm going to need paper towels. I'm going to need a proper brush, a nice thin brush, so that I can sketch in sort of the details of this armor. And I'm going to need a lot of oil to make the paint thinner so that it spreads nicely and not sticky. I'm just going to try to come in here with sort of a black-brown color. So I don't want it to be too black because we want it to match the other colors of the armor, right? I'm coming in here with just a dark brown. Okay, and I think I'm going to start. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try to zoom in the camera, probably, so you can see what's going on here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Whoops. Okay, we're going to try to do it on the chest plate here. Perfect. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna do. We have to put like we have to sketch some like faces and stuff, and so it's gonna be really interesting to try to do that. But yeah, the other day, some other news that I've been seeing recently is that in Fairview they're trying to get the church to lower the size of the steeple again. After they already negotiated themselves out of their previous agreement. They're trying to get the church to lower the standard again. And I do fear that it is less about the height of the steeple, my friends, and more about a certain bigotry that exists amongst certain people. Okay, so I'm going to try to come in here. I'm just going to add, I'm going to be very careful not to mess things up here. Just kind of sketch in the lines. With a lot of oil. And then if I get too much oil, then there's not enough pigment and you can't see anything. So have to be careful. So yeah, that popped up in my news feed the other day. And of course, as I worked in development for a little bit with the company as their graphic designer, and so I have a little bit of background knowledge on the process of how one gets a building permit approved. And yes, the city does approve everything that the church wanted to do before all this. They agreed to it, which is why now that they're trying to recant this, why the church is completely justified in taking them to court and suing the city over their recanting of their going back on their word, let's say, because they signed, and they're not going to let them build it the way that they said that they could do it. And I don't know, it's annoying to me because it's like they're trying to portray the church as like a litigious organization. Is quite annoying. You have these Karens out there with their pickets in this like well-to-do neighborhood trying to portray themselves as like these little people that can't withstand the full force of the church's legal arm. Even though I'm sure that the church is doing everything it can to avoid court or bad publicity. Yeah, the church has every right to defend itself legally and to demand and to compel the city government to do right by them, just like everybody else has. But yeah, all approvals have to go through the city, which went through the same process as everybody else. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's just more evidence that the opposition against the church is led by Satan. You won't win. So sorry. Spoilers. Okay, we got to put on the next track of music, you guys. No, the new tracks are not on the website just yet. Just Dust Waves is on the website right now, because I haven't had time to download it. I just opened up my email this evening in order to play it for you. So we're playing the next track here. They did Fight Like Dragons. Yes, and I will email you a link. Again, the website is risezion.org. Getting easier to navigate, by the way. I worked on it a little bit last night to get the links to work better, take you to the more relevant places. I may need to switch to another brush, you guys. Even this brush might not be fine enough. I have to open up my package of new brushes. I ordered on Amazon Prime Day. Brand new cellophane bags here. Sorry for making a racket. Very nice. That was a lot more intense. We had a good conversation the other day, talking with somebody about how to help encourage kids, to gain a testimony of the gospel. It was a really great conversation. I've labeled that live stream "Helping Kids with Testimonies" or something like that. Hope people find it useful. And we had a great conversation. We talked about faith. We talked about just making sure that kids understand the very basics of the gospel, very important, and just doing it in a fun way, like asking them to just draw a diagram maybe of the plan of salvation, just to see where your kid is at, make sure they understand the very basics. And that was actually advice that our stake had received from a our stake received this advice from uh, 70, who came and talked to our stake specifically about just making sure that our kids know the very basics of the gospel. And as usual, I just think I should just remind people just to make sure that your kids are understanding what they're reading, if they're reading their scriptures. Just cover all your bases, make sure your kids understand how to read the scriptures. I think those things are very, very important. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I'm going to sit down just a little bit and read some chats. Just a moment. I'm getting into these details, you guys. I'm sketching kind of the outline of owl feathers here. He has this owl motif on his chest plate. We're going to come in and add light and shadows and stuff to these sketches to make it more realistic and golden and shiny, right? Because we need highlights. I'm trying to make it symmetrical. Symmetry is very hard, you guys. Art is hard. Symmetry is hard. Art is hard. Maybe this the trick is maybe we should make some elements not symmetrical. So if people notice that it's not symmetrical, then we can it's not supposed to be symmetrical, it's supposed to be non-symmetrical. So we'll just add some elements here that are not symmetrical. Whose purpose shall remain mysterious. They shall just actually I really like the symmetry here, guys. I'm gonna keep them symmetrical here. Okay. I'm liking the symmetry that we got going on. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Can you guys see? All right, let's sit down here and look at what we are missing here in the chats. Becky has joined us. Hi, Becky. I'm missing the chat as well. Let's see what we got going on here. Trish has joined us. Hi, Trish. How are you? Happy late birthday. Thank you for joining us. Yes, the biggest way, a very good idea, Dustwave, is to make sure that our kids know that we have a testimony as well. That's a great idea. I love that. Because the first lesson in the lectures on faith is to learn that it's only through Father Adam that anybody came to a knowledge of God in the first place. So having that knowledge of God is first in the lectures on faith, the first step, right? Excellent. All right, Haystack says, took my kids to the library yesterday and the music I made was playing in the van and the kids loved it. So I let them make some songs today too. That's fantastic. All right. All right, we got to play the next track on this as well. Yes, it really has the preparation of an army marching feel, Haystack says. Goosebumps. Sounds like people are liking that track. That was a good one. Lindsay Black says, music is my primary language of the spirit, if that makes sense. Yes, it makes sense, I suppose. I suppose, Lindsay. You can't tell right now, but I'm being very dramatic because that's not the right answer. You're supposed to say visual arts. I suppose. Okay. Yes, testimony is good. Okay, I think that we've caught up. And I'm sorry, you guys, if I'm missing your comments. If you're directing them towards me, I'm having a hard time sometimes seeing them. Actions speak very loud as well. That's very great. Advice, Trish. Thank you. Yes. Absolutely. We have new music. Okay, next track, you guys. We're going to play the next track. It's divided into 7 different parts. So we just played They Fight Like Dragons. And the next track that we're going to be playing is In Memory, which technically is the first one, Kirsten told me. So let's play this one. Okay. like that. Very good. It sounds like that track is done. Very calming, very demure, very reflective. Very mindful, very demure. Okay, very nice. Jose has joined us. Hello, Jose. Hola. Desde Venezuela, right? Oh, this one's called Welcome Home. Oh, I think it might be labeled wrong. LDS musician. That's one I clicked on is interesting. Okay, well, maybe we can clarify the titles after just to make sure I get them in the right order. Seems like the titles might not be labeled correctly. So Lindsay Black says, yes, I love art as well, especially gospel art. I can't stop adding more. I'm running out of walls. That's fun. And new hymns. Very nice. Deathwave says, beautiful. There's a cricket outside my window, Angela says, and I thought it was a part of the music until the music stopped and he kept going. It fit perfectly. That's great. All right, let's play the next track, you guys, which is labeled as Make Haste. Sounds tasty. Ken says your Captain Moroni looks awesome, by the way. Thank you. We're just in the process of adding some details, sketching it in with black. We're going to come in and add some additional Really, I could be doing this in pencil. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Yeah, that was our alarm, though. We're getting some cool owl decorations painted in here. Some cool mezzo art deco inspired decorations. I'm trying to keep the thickest lines on the shadow side. It's hard to do though with just this fine little brush. Nothing to rest my hand on. I just kind of have to rest my hand on a place where it's dry. It kind of helps me. Because these things are coming out of the armor. They're like, hunks of metal that are like stuck on the outside of it. So we need to give it just a little bit of depth. In order to do that, we need to pay attention to the thickest side of the armor. And we're going to add gemstones next, because I imagine that it would have gemstones. I don't know why. I think I'm inspired a lot by James Christensen art. He would put gemstones, so I'm going to put gemstones. Interesting, huh? I think I'm going to put like a feather-like motif here. Hmm. Okay. I'm glad we got this kind of figured out. This is going to be interesting. This is the navel right here. So just mark that just to make sure I'm getting my head correctly. So we want to make sure that we highlight this as the navel because some people are noticing that there might be an optical illusion at play here where the legs are not looking correct or looking disproportionate. So we're going to have to keep track of that so that we can make sure that we're getting our proportions correct and then fix any optical illusions that might be hindering people from appreciating the artwork. Okay. And we don't want this line here. I'm just using that as sort of like a guide for our decorations. This I might try to make into like a skull because that'd be really cool to have this owl above the skull. Then that kind of reminds me of that skit. Are we the baddies? Are we the baddies? If you have a skull on your armor, I don't know if you're the good guys. I don't know. It is very fierce. Maybe it'll just be a little face, a little angry face, a little mean face. I can hear some fireworks out there, you guys, for Pioneer Day. Mm-hmm. This is very sophisticated armor. Very sophisticated. All right, you guys, I think we're going to end this live stream for tonight. Probably getting late for people out there. We won't scumble because we didn't really add a whole lot of paint. We're just trying to get these details sketched in. It's looking pretty interesting before we add in additional details. All right, you guys, let's read these. Oh, Nancy has joined us. I wasn't able to play all of the songs yet, so next time that's something that we can look forward to, and we can play the next tracks. Captain Scotty, hello. Ridiculous Gaming, thanks for the warm welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat right now. We have 16 concurrent viewers, 194 total views in all. So that's really good. Yeah, we're back to see you. We're glad to see you in the lives. Becky says to Angela, thank you so much. We do love Abish as well. Oh, yes. We should probably try to do an Abish painting. All right. I don't think I see any questions directed towards me per se. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure as I'm scrolling through. All right. I think that's it. If anybody has any final questions, make sure to let me know, and then we can close this live stream for this evening. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Nancy Roach says hand in there, Dijon. I'm not sure what that means. Dijon Whitmore. Did I miss somebody? Oh yeah, that's a new person. Dijon Whitmore has joined us. Thank you. I wanted to say thank you. I only recently found your channel, and your daily videos are helping me through a really hard time in my life and marriage. Your videos give me a spiritual boost I need. Well, that is fantastic to hear. I'm so happy to hear anytime that my videos are helping to uplift somebody else, and it's always a great thing for me to hear that, because it makes us, it helps all of us here in the community know that we're making a difference, and that's really what building Zion is about. So I'm definitely glad to hear that. Oh, Ken is asking me, I believe, who is your favorite person in the Book of Mormon besides Jesus, of course? Oh, that is a very hard question. Well, I really do like Moroni for one. Captain Moroni is really cool. Let me think about that just for a second though, because there's a lot to choose from. Um, oh, well, I also really like the brother of Jared though as well. So I'd say it would have to be between those two, the brother of Jared or Captain Moroni, and they are just such heroic figures and such a great role model for each of us to follow in their footsteps. You know, the brother of Jared, because of his great faith, he can move mountains, and the Captain Moroni, because if everybody were like unto Moroni, the very powers of hell would have been shaken forever. That is that's definitely one of my favorites. So when is the next live stream? Lindsay Black is saying, well, we have live streams every Monday through Thursday in the evening. I try to do it. If I miss it, it's because something popped up and I wasn't able to do a live stream. But usually it's in the evenings, Monday through Thursday. We do not have live streams on Friday evenings. I just need a day off. So that's my favorites, my favorite characters, and that answers the question as to who. Yeah, please keep hanging out with us. Angela Lewis says it's always great to hang out, you guys, and you can always ask me any questions that you guys want to, and we can discuss it. Let me come over here to me again. Here's my face. Yeah, so I hope that you're all having a great evening out there. Before we go, make sure to smash that like button in the live stream. Make sure to comment as well in the live stream itself. All of you have been so diligent in chatting. Make sure to just drop a little comment as well, just a little heart or something, a little emoji. But yeah, before you go, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Consider becoming a member to the channel. We're always grateful to have more members and more support for the channel. Our goal is to reach, eventually, to overtake John Dehlin's Mormon Stories podcast. So we want to spread our messages as much as possible through the YouTube algorithm, but as well as throughout the world. We're considering doing some missionary efforts as well. And to do that, we need more support. Make sure to also check out the website at risezion.org. There you can purchase our prints. You can purchase the original painting as well, and also you can pre-order t-shirts, and you can buy the music, and it's just a digital download, so it's immediately available for you. All right, and I think that's everything, you guys. Let me just check to make sure that we got everyone here. I'm glad that this chat has been helping people. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate it as well. I appreciate you being here. All right. Yes, we need 30 t-shirts. Nancy Roach says buy the t-shirts. Yeah, that will definitely help. And they are reasonably priced as well. I made sure to, have a background in graphic design, so I know how to make good products that are reasonably priced. So I have connections, you guys. All right. Well, we'll see you next time, guys. All right. Bye.